Hey everyone, it's Layla here. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a proper sit down video and it feels good actually to be back. But literally, like, life has been crazy. I can't even begin to describe how incredibly fast paced this job is. By job I mean motherhood. And how difficult it can be at times to just have 5 minutes to yourself to just even get dressed. So, filming this video for you today is a bit of a personal goal of mine, because being able to like have the time to do it, put my makeup on, set the camera up, do it in a place where Mr. is gonna be asleep or happy enough to like give me the time to do it. He is actually asleep at the moment, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way for much longer. So I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get into this video. Today's video, by the way, is going to be about everything that I feel I wasn't told about postpartum, and all the tips, tricks and hacks that I have for you to have a smoother postpartum as is possible. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching. So the first thing that I want to say is, I don't know if it was just that I wasn't told it, but I kind of just assumed that once I give birth I would kind of just like go back to the way I was before. Everything would be normal and like that would be it. Like obviously the main thing for me was I wanted my sickness to stop, and it did. Obviously once I gave birth I wasn't being sick anymore. So yeah, that did happen, but it's far from normal. And that, like, take out like all the struggles of just bringing up a newborn baby and like no sleep and everything like that, just like postpartum mother, you as a postpartum woman who was just giving birth to a child, to a human being, you are not going to be the same anymore. Like it's not the same. Like it takes a lot of recovery. So I'd say it took me about 6 weeks to fully recover, and even after that they say like you're not fully recovered for at least a year. But to feel like kind of normal, back into myself, I would say that took me about six weeks. Because, you know, without getting into like the nitty gritty of it, you do bleed for a while and you have a lot of aches and pains. I remember like on the 5th day I think I literally couldn't walk, and I have no idea why. Like I hadn't been doing anything different, but I was in so much pain, like my back, my tummy, like everything was just like in so much pain. But also like in terms of my physical body, although it's not hurting anymore and I feel like healthy again, my physical body is, you know, it's different. You have a lot of excess skin, and I think like a lot of the time, and do you know what, I've been following a lot of people that have recently had babies on Instagram, and you know, it's great that people want to get back into shape. I want to get back into shape, but all I'm seeing is like these stars promoting like these shakes and like teas and these diets and everything like that for like new mums and people that want to lose weight. And it's like, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I think that at the same time it kind of promotes a wrong message that our main focus should be to like lose weight. And I think it's really important to remember that we have just been through like a really, you know, our bodies have been through something seriously traumatic, and if the last thing you want to be thinking about is shedding the pounds, then don't even think about it. Now personally for me, I have started trying to lose weight and get back into shape, but I would never ever promote that, because I just think there's so much more going on, and I personally have found it like such a struggle as well. I mean, all my life I've struggled with my weight and like, you know, looking a certain way and wanting to look a certain way. But I think after you give birth and like you're not pregnant anymore, there's like not like this excuse, and I say excuse really lightly because it's not that it's an excuse, like you look however you want to look, like that's you, you know, you are perfect the way you are, you don't need to change. But I think when you're pregnant, I think there's a lot more like of a lax like approach to like someone's appearance and telling someone that they look good and stuff like that. It's like that's the kind of thing, like you're always told you look great when you're pregnant and stuff like that, and then after you're pregnant it's kind of this whole thing that you're expected to get back into shape again and look the way you did before, and it's just like it's not always going to happen for everyone. Some people are able to lose weight really quickly and that is great for them, but other people that just doesn't happen, and at the end of the day that should be your main concern anyway. As I said, you go through a really traumatic thing, and you know, if you don't have the energy to start dieting and exercising all the fucking time, excuse my French, but it really aggravates me. I think I've seen so much of it on social media, so much bombarding with all these shakes and diet meal replacements and all of this shit, and it's just like, these people have just had a baby, like leave them alone. So anyway, that is all I'm going to say on that, because I could rant about it all day, but look, at the end of the day we have done the best thing a woman could possibly do. Be proud of yourself for that and stop beating yourself up. And that kind of ties in number 2 as well, which is the fact that your body may have changed. I mean, I've got stretch marks as well. A lot of people, well, I say a lot of people, probably a lot of people do get stretch marks, but again, on social media you only see the ones that don't. So I have a big problem on social media at the moment. You might be able to tell, but I just feel like it only portrays one side, which is really annoying. The other thing is the tiredness. Like, people did tell me, to be fair, like, you know, get as much sleep as you can now because you're going to be really tired when he comes along. And I kind of just thought, I'll be alright, like I'll be good. But honestly, I think I had it easy compared to a lot of people. But even so, I found it really hard. The first kind of week he didn't really sleep during the night. We had problems with like breastfeeding and stuff like that, and he just wasn't taking the milk, so he was hungry. Anyway, he wasn't sleeping, and that means we weren't sleeping either. I just had never felt tired just like that. And bearing in mind, like, I hadn't slept for 3 days because my labour was for, like, I was in labour for 3 days anyway, so I pretty much hadn't slept for 3 days, for 3 nights anyway. And like the night I gave birth, I could not sleep because I was in the hospital and there was loads of other babies and just didn't sleep. So then when I got home, I kind of just thought I'll be able to catch up then, but that just doesn't happen. Like, I literally felt like I was in a dream for the first 2 weeks. I can barely remember like what happened. I was just in this daze because I was so sleep deprived. So just be aware of that, and like, yeah, do get as much sleep as you can before you give birth. So I already touched on this before, and it is a little bit TMI, but you are gonna bleed, and you may bleed for up to 6 weeks. That is what they say. I think I did for 3 or 4 weeks, but yeah, you can bleed for a while and it can be pretty heavy without, you know, TMI. So just remember to stock up on maternity pads. Make sure you get the actual maternity pads and not just like period pads or panty liners, because trust me girl, you're gonna need some real maternity pads. So yeah, that's what I did and it worked. And then the next thing is that you just as a person feel really precious. Like, in terms of washing yourself, I did not want to use any soap. Like, I was really particular about that. Like, I didn't want to use any soap. My mum got me a bottle of Dettol, like, washing thing, and I was so scared to use it, but it does help. Actually, the Dettol did help. It just kind of soothes you because you are very sore. But in terms of like soaps and like even shampoo, I wouldn't use because I was really scared of like how like that it would hurt, basically, because you're, like I said, you're so sore. It is just, you know, it is kind of uncomfortable, but at the same time it's nothing like the pain of labour, and that was what kept going through my head. If you could hear that noise, it's Luke playing with his bouncer. So yeah, like every time I had like an ache or a pain or anything that was uncomfortable, I just kept thinking, this is not as bad as labour, and it actually made me feel better. So try that, it could work. And I guess the last thing is just stay sane. Like, your life has changed in the most dramatic way it could possibly change, and you aren't going to have enough time or energy to process that completely until, I'd say, at least a month or two in, and then you might kind of think, oh, I've had a baby. Like, it kind of like hits you. Just take it each day as it comes, and you know, I also try and do a little bit of like work or like a chore every day so that I feel like I've got something done, because I think I got kind of a little bit depressed in the first couple of weeks because I felt like I was just looking after him, and as much as I love looking after him, I just felt like I'd neglected everything else, and that included my personal life, things that I enjoy, and that can make you feel really depressed, I think, as well. So it's really important, like self-care, self-love. Take some time for yourself. If you need to, get your family to come over, get your partner to look after your baby, just so that you can get a bit of you time. It's so important, and it will make you feel so much better. So that's all my tips, tricks, and what they don't tell you about postpartum. If you do have any other questions, then definitely leave them down below. I'm so open to discuss anything and everything. I just don't really know what people want to hear, or what people want to know, what you already know, because you may already have known this and I'm just talking shit, but you know, some people might not, so it's all good. That is everything for now, and yeah, I'm gonna try and get back into a better schedule. Before he was born, I was putting up videos every week. I was on my A game with this, but you know, having a baby changes things a bit, as I said, so it's a little bit harder, but we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna get there. And yeah, Layla, stop rambling. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.